Question from Mr. Mina. Who do you think is the biggest person going to go down in 2025 besides Diddy?
Jay-Z.
Does that extend to Beyonce?
I hope so.
Amen.
I mean, we should treat them as one. Aren't they married when you one and the two come together and they're one? You know, just like Diddy's mom knew a lot about Diddy's dad business. I don't understand why people think Beyonce don't. She knows. She knows. I
Yeah,
know.
don't let all those opiates fool you, right? She might be wasted, but she's still doing it. She looks wasted anyway. That's
Oh my God.
allegedly. I think.
How many times do you got to see somebody rocking back and forth, blowing bubbles with nothing in their mouth on a jumbotron to realize when somebody ain't, it ain't all.
Rolling, not.
Anne wants to know if you think Mary J will be named as a co-conspirator.
Oh, she's gonna have to be, because that's gonna be one of the new things that I barrel down on this year. I need to make sure that she's properly addressed for her behavior with Danny Boy. You know, I'm sick and tired of people skipping over that like that didn't happen. I'm sick and tired of people skipping over that and acting like that boy didn't do a whole interview right here on YouTube with Art of Dialogue, talking about when he was 15, 16 years old, and he thought Mary J. Blige was his girl when she was 25 years old, and she flew him from LA to New York. And allegedly, there was a threesome with Danny Boy, Diddy, and Mary. What grown woman throws her face in a 15-year-old young man's lap?
Question from Bo. Can you ask Jag if Christopher Williams was the one who allegedly got SA'd instead of Albie Shaw?
As far as Christopher Williams is concerned, I don't want to talk about that man no more. I really don't. He died after I took him and Willie D down with that meme, and I just want to leave it that way. I don't
Right,
care who he was a victim of.
we've got a question from Alice then. What about Drake, aka BoJack
Oh
Horseman?
my goodness, Crazy Alice from South Dallas.
Yep.
You realize what that is, right? Shots
No.
fired. I'm done. Leave me alone, Alice. She's been everywhere hunting me down. What does Alice want to know?
About Drake, BoJack Horseman, Richard, aka Dick Fitzenwell. I have no idea what any of that means.
No, because it's a troll. She's trolling.
Okay, let's get rid of this.
Bye, MC Cupcake. Go back to the hospital and get your meds.
So, where do the Kardashians fit in Diddy's empire?
They're part of the enterprise. And they're upper management. And the reason why I can say that with such certainty is because of the church that they're all a part of in California. And Lou Taylor, who destroyed Britney Spears' life, sits on the board, and they all pay tithes.
California Community Church. No good people here. No, that's not it. What is it? No perfect people here. That's what it is. Their motto is no perfect people here. They nailed that.
And that's great. I'm glad they know they're not perfect. I just wish they would stop misadvertising and say all demons here.
Does Jaguar ever feel fear? If yes, how does she handle that feeling?
I'm not like everybody else. I don't have time for fear. Really. I don't. It was fear that kept me quiet as long as I was. But after my son, And like, I think people keep forgetting, like, my son Giovanni died September 9th. Kim died 2 months later. They both passed away 2018. And I'll never forget my first conversation with Albert after that. I had lost my son, and he had lost his lady. And the last time we were together, all we were doing was talking about how happy we were about the plans that we had with the people in our family that we loved. Who has time for fear? And I guess on the days when I experience angst or PTSD triggers, or it's very simple. I make prayer, I go to God, and then I get back to work. It's no time for fear.
So Welsh Gold has got a question that pertains to a guy we had on 2 nights ago who was an Armenian American Hollywood gay bar DJ, friend of mine actually, and he said that the Kardashians are into the Armenian rituals.
Mm-hmm.
Do you concur with that, Jag?
Absolutely. I've been telling people this a witch. Them Kardashians a witches coven. I mean, I don't understand how people don't want to see that. Or just looking at Chris, you know? I don't know why people have such a hard time accepting that the occult is real.
Most of the world still thinks that sex tape was leaked. You know what I mean? There's such a shroud of BS around that family. You know what I mean? When you start allegedly, right? Mom knew about that tape and picked out what the best camera angle was. They sat in the kitchen, looked at that thing together before they hit out.
How about we quote Ray J. Rayford Norwood? He said Chris directed it.
And did he help write the contract?
Huh?
And did he help write the contract?
Yeah. He said Chris directed. What mother would watch her daughter get plowed down by community eggplant and sell it? You know, when they brought that show back, I didn't understand why. I said it was gone once. Why not just let it die? But when she came back and then something from the tape reemerged, and it just was so violating. And I don't know, Mommy, why are they bringing this up again? And I just because that was a very trying time in my life. And meanwhile, you're sitting there crying to the person that filmed it and directed it. What was you crying for? I don't know, go make some new skims, I guess. Get over it.
Schnelz wants to know where Madonna sits in all this.
She's Stone Cold Witch. You know, you guys should have a conversation with Odell. Because Odell actually documented the guy that was stalking Madonna, that said he was her husband and that they had gotten married in some secret ceremony. And of course, you know, the law had to come deal with him. But he was, I remember you telling me, he was very adamant about her.
Very convincing.
Very adamant about this secret ritual marriage that they had.
He was an occultist.
And he was an occultist. You know, when you start, you know what I'm saying? I tell you what I do know. I really loved Madonna more before she sold out. I think her first real shot at tapping into the AD cone, Adina cone, uh, was Tupac, because she went after Tupac, and even Rosie Perez talked about it in an interview, how she was, hanging out backstage or whatever. And one day she was at an award show and she went with Tupac because she didn't have a date. And Tupac was like, "Well, you coming with me?" And she went with Tupac, and she said Madonna had approached her about hooking up with Pac. And she wanted to know, did he come with you or y'all a thing? She was like, "No, I'm just his friend." She was like, "Ooh, can you hook me up?" And Rosie was like, "Yeah, I'll hook you up." And it's so interesting because 20 some odd years later, after Tupac is gone, she did try to do the same thing with Kendrick Lamar, who she said she felt the spirit of Pac on him.
Mm.
She felt something on him.
She tried to feel everything on him from what I heard, but he got away from her, just like he got away from Erica Badu when she came to try to be with him.
Quite a few people are asking about your theory, or the theory of the LA fires being used to destroy evidence, that kind of thing.
Could be.
I mean, I think it could be to destroy evidence. I think it could be to make sure people have no choice than to acquiesce to the rebuilding of a smart city, which will look more like a military confine than anything. I think it has a lot of things to do with a lot of things. I think, Gavin Newsom might be having a temper tantrum too. You know, his girl Kama didn't make it. And now he's sitting out here on the block. There's a lot of people that stand to gain from the destruction of Los Angeles right now.
It's going to push a lot of homeless people out of there. This is a land grab. There's a lot going on here. She's right. There is a lot going, and opportunists have taken this, chance to, and this happens at every fire.
They
There's an
tried to do the
opportunity.
same thing with Katrina in the Ninth Ward.
Right outside New Orleans, yeah.
America has never missed an opportunity to profit off of tragedy. The question is, this is all happening so fast. Was it a plan that was already in place, all depending on how the election went? Because people talking about the Santa Ana winds, that's fine. I've spent enough time in California, and my man is Cali born and bred. Santa Ana winds happen at a certain time of year. This isn't the time. So all of these winds that's blowing all of this stuff that has me with this virus now, that I got to go get ready to get off of here and run to the bathroom. Y'all let me know, because I promise you right now, the only thing holding me together is one of Diddy's butt plugs. No, that was a joke. Oh, honey, don't leave. No, it was a joke. It was a joke.
The one from the back of the book. I've seen photos. Right? Did Courtney Burgess put that on the back of his book?
Yeah, and he held it up. He held it up.
Oh my Lord, man.
Talk
But,
about community guidelines.
I mean, a lot of people are also getting sick right now. There's a big virus that's being pushed all across America.
That's
People
true.
are
My
getting
fiance,
sick
everybody I know is sick.
on different sides of the country. It doesn't normally work like that, where it usually happens simultaneously, not in tandem. I think they're doing a lot of things. But with the lack of ozone layer that we have over here in North America, and with them still playing, Star Wars up there and sending probes to go and touch the sun's outer layer to get data and information and energy and power and whoop-de-woo and all of this stuff, the solar flares that kicked out happened right after they sent that probe to the sun. Now, you get the solar flares. Anybody who knows science and who studies outer space at all will tell you solar flares have the ability to affect human behavior and weather. See, for me, it always comes down to the timing. Probe goes up, solar flex come down, no ozone layer. Those trade winds that come in from the outer space, they change everything here. They can even change the jet stream. And guess what? If you got a fire and water needs to be put out while all of this stuff is blowing all over the place, to move a lot of germs around. I don't know. I got a feeling that the government's going to start talking about booster shots again. And God help everybody with their jab.
So I'm putting the link to your YouTube channel in the description and in the live chat. So people, please support Jag and subscribe. And there is many a live stream happening over there. And a lot more being said.
Well, you know what, Sean? I love the fact that I get to come over here and pretend I'm white with you so I can go and be black on my channel. You know, it's nice. You know, I come over here, I get a little taste of white privilege, you know, while I'm stepping and fetching and cooning for the man, you know.
Scraping.
That's what
Isn't that what he said? I like it when you like that, Daddy.
Yeah, the trolls are saying we're colonizing, we're exploiting.
Oh, honey, listen to me.
Boy.
If you guys are ahead of it, I'm down with it. I like the way y'all like colonize some love, you know, colonize some equality. Oh my good. Can you imagine all these people upset at utopian fellowship?
Right?
They're
They hate
doing
people getting
everything
along.
possible. They're doing everything possible to split us up, Jag. They hate you coming on here.
And guess what? I'm gonna keep coming as long as you keep asking.
They're terrified
They
of
will.
unity, man. They're terrified of unity. Just like the
They're
same way
terrified of
inside.
the truth unifying. They love unity over there in Troll Land. They're very unified in all of their lives, and I'm proving it every day. You know, working together can also be known as collusion, conspiracy. I think I'm gonna whip up a couple of my own and see how they play out. But you know, you guys, I just want to say to all of you here at the Atwood platform, when we got together, they weren't expecting that. They didn't see that coming. The way they were trying to line up the whole Pierce thing, and then you guys came. And it's wild because I'll never forget the day Odell said, "Hey, the Sean Atwood, you ever heard of Sean?" I was like, "No. Who's this guy?" He was like, "I don't know. I'm gonna check it out, but I think we're gonna do it." And I said, "Well, you're the producer."
Thank you, Odell.
That's Odell. And you know, so all I can say is let's just keep doing what we're doing.
Absolutely.
You know, Cat Williams always said, if you have 10 haters, you need 100. If you have 100 haters, you need 1,000. If you have 1,000 haters, you need 10,000. Because your haters make you greater.
Yeah, indeed. Put a 1 in the chat, folks, if you want us to keep doing what we're doing. Put a 2 if you want us to bog off.
I think we're gonna see some ones.
I'm suspecting.
I want to see enough ones for us to just pack up and take to the strip club and go save some future victims. You know, get a lap dance and get a girl a job. You know.
And Ada, reach out on through my Instagram or socials, and we'll get you on. And Jag said she will co-host, and you can tell your story. You're welcome. The door's open. Jag has greenlit you. It's all good.
Well, she came over to Maggie's channel, and I heard something that I didn't like. I heard a young woman who didn't have the proper information that's going up against a government agency. It's a CPS case. and the removal looked strange. And they've stopped communicating with her about the well being of her kids, which is why I told her she needs to immediately start calling adoption agencies, run birth certificates, social security cards, make sure those children aren't up for adoption. Because the area that she's in, a lot of adoptions happen just that way. CPS take over, no investigation finished, and then the next thing you know, the child is adopted in another family. So I'm asking everybody to pray for Ada, just like we did the other day at Maggie's channel. There's a lot more people here, so please let's keep her in prayer. And that's all the information that I have. So that's about as far as I can go with vetting it. But Sean, between you and I, and after everything that's happened since I've come into your life, we're not interested in selling fake stories for clicks and views. We're interested in getting the truth to people and getting people the help they need.
Absolutely.
That
Love
is
it.
where we are aligned.
Yes. Well, huge thank you for coming on, and let's see how this documentary plays out with the viewers who haven't watched it, because most of them haven't watched it. If you are going to try and watch it, it's on Peacock. It's called The Making of a Bad Boy. And
Oh, and don't forget to watch Sons of Ecstasy, because that's another great documentary that came out this week as well. And it has this amazing character, and his name is English Sean.
I saw it. It's amazing.
Isn't it
Good stuff.
fantastic?
Got so many messages so fast. I ain't never seen anything like it.
At risk of sounding egotistical,
Here we are.
it was number two. It was number two on Max yesterday. So
And it's going to keep going up. And
Amen.
thank you.
look at us. You get a documentary. You get a documentary. Everybody gets a documentary.
Oh, hell yeah. Perfect.
Oh, man, it's always awesome. And Tommy, anytime you want to stop by, feel free. If I got the link up, to hit the link. I need to stop by your channel a little more often.
Please do
I
that.
keep
I would love be
forgetting.
honored.
No, but seriously, I keep forgetting. I'm always so just everyone's Atwood, and I keep forgetting that everyone also has their own collaborating. So please, I got to make sure, they don't always let me get my notifications, but, let me know. I'd love
I'd
to
be
come.
honored.
You got some
I'd
great
be
stuff
honored.
on.
Well, thank you so much. That means the world to me. Thank you.
I don't really get a chance to give you honor and love enough. We don't talk enough, but I don't ever want you to think that I don't notice you.
I appreciate that, Jag, and I mean it. What I said. If you hadn't done what you had done, I wouldn't be talking about Diddy. I wouldn't. I mean it was that early work that really sort of lit a fire.
Thank you. And I'm grateful for everybody that's gotten on board. And understand this, anybody who's fighting against people working together in this Diddy sphere, regardless of race, creed, religion, or whatever, the only people that don't want us to work together are the people that don't want us to win.
Yeah.